show to be fake and not you dropped your feelings at home. Girl, come off it.
Are you the hard feelings? I've seen where you got you to. How is Deji?
Girl, at least I'm not going around all the comedians. Please, calm your nerves. Don't even, this dust you're about to stay. If I stir it up, it will choke.
Good day everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the Lover and I am Lover. And in this video I'll be telling you 5 things that I seen that I think were wrong, or like the housemates on the show did which were wrong on this show. And for me, I feel like the likes of Chichi, Phyna are not saints. These two people are betrayals, and the two of them are actually did themselves bad. So I don't really think any one of them is worth to be on that table or to be on that show and like trying to paint themselves as saints or trying to call out the other person like, oh, you did me bad, you did. They did themselves bad. Chichi did Phyna bad, Phyna did Chichi bad. So it's either for them to just let go of this, let go of whatsoever they have done and probably be cool with themselves, or probably just let themselves be in their different spaces. So before I go into this conversation proper, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. But so the very first thing is Phyna's insult for Chichi. For me, I feel like that conversation was not really what she like the way, because I was trying to understand what she was trying to explain did not really warrant those insults she started giving out and all of that. But I feel like this is Phyna, and we know Phyna can be very loud. She will really go so low in, like we saw her in the house and how she went so low whenever she's having issue with people. So but for me, all of that which she said about Chichi was too much. She shouldn't have gone that lane. Like she should have do that. But for me, I do not really have like an empathy for Chichi for all she had said. It's not because of probably I'm a wicked person or I find myself to be a very bad person or something like that. But for the fact that Chichi is someone who can do just the same thing Phyna had done to her. While we were watching the show, while the show was airing, that was last year, Chichi was someone who really always say nasty things about other housemates. She slut shamed other housemates, but just the way she did for DG yesterday. She did that to DG. Immediately while we were there, she did the same thing to Chomsy, like saying, oh, she was going around sleeping around with comedians. So it's something she was doing. Like that's one thing. But for me, I feel like Phyna should have not really gone that lane, but she had done that, and it's something Chichi can do to any other person. The only issue we had here is the fact that Phyna went so low, Phyna went lower than Chichi would go. So that's why probably everybody is saying it like, oh, Phyna is bad, Phyna is bad. Yes, what Phyna did is not good. I'm not justifying Phyna's action in any way. But what I'm saying is that just because Chichi is not the one who had gone lower here, everybody feels like, oh, Phyna is a bad person, Chichi is a better person. Chichi is not the saint either. So the next thing that was wrong, or which I do not really like, that really happened on this episode 4 of the reunion, is Phyna and Chichi trying to be saints. These two people are not saints. With the conversation they were having, Phyna was like, oh, while they were in the house, Chichi is someone who will always um pushed for her to be nominated and she should get evicted from the house and the rest. Yes, Chichi did all of this, and I feel like it should not be an issue because it's a game. She never knew you from Adam. You guys met just from the house, from that place. The only issue you should have is probably, and you guys had prior conversation that, oh, we will never nominate ourselves. We're going to work hand in hand. So that's one thing. If you guys don't have that conversation, I do not see why Chichi should not agitate like, oh, you should be nominated. You are a very strong personality. That's one thing for me. However, like Chichi had done it that wrong there. Then for Phyna part now, okay, that's like me justifying Chichi's action and the rest. But one thing which I do not like about Chichi doing that is the fact that she do not own up to whatsoever she had done wrong. That's what I see as something Chichi had done wrong here. Chichi nominating Phyna is not an issue if they had not had a prior um conversation or probably an agreement that we are not going to do this. This is how we're going to do it. But for the fact that I do not think they had that conversation, so if they don't have that conversation, what Chichi have done is not a wrong thing because yeah, Phyna was strong. Phyna had this personality that is striking and the rest. So it's only sensible someone do that. It's only smart someone do that. Then for the other person, that's Phyna now. However, what Chichi did, which was wrong or which was not so good, is when they got merged and people were telling Phyna, "Oh, this person you calling friend, this person you guys are having this lovey-dovey all around, is not who she was or who she was while they were in other level when they were in separate levels. So, are you sure about whatsoever friendship you share with this person?" So, at this part, Phyna, what's her name? Chichi was really lying to Phyna about all of this. She was never sincere about all she had said. You understand? So if she had been a sincere person about whatever she had said about feeling like, oh, I had said this and that about you, and that's out. So I feel that should just be the issue, which I would feel like at the point in time they really rectified or had that conversation. So that is that for that. I don't want to go too deep into that conversation. So the third thing I do not really see cool from this episode is that for me, I really see all of this that happened to Chichi as karma, or yes, like it's just like what goes around comes around us of a thing, because Chichi is someone who is fast to. She was talking about being body shamed by Chomzy and the rest, and I felt like, oh, so Chichi can actually complain about slut shaming or body shaming someone. Moreover, she was someone who, while the show was ongoing, she was like there body shaming other person. You guys can remember the conversation about Chichi calling Doyin Frog Eye and the rest while the show was ongoing, all because of this ourself and Deji's thing. You understand? And now it's all gone, it's not even existing anymore. So now she can actually complain that someone was really body shaming her. No, 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 no. So to the extent, many people are like, people are quick to actually forget things, are quick to forget what things were while the show was ongoing. But just because of this person that had done this now, everybody wants to actually make that person seem like a saint. Like everybody wants to make Chichi feel everybody wants to be at on Chichi's side, like, oh, Chichi is a better person. For me, Fina, Chichi, none of them are a good person. Yeah, like with the character they are portrayed on the show. But Chichi is not a better person than Fina. The two of them are bad, but Chichi is not a better person. So that's my point. She complaining about being body shamed, about being slut shamed. Chichi is someone who will do the same, or probably who had done the same, and actually give instances where she had done the same thing to other housemates on the show. Then the fourth, Rachel. You know, Rachel is she was like, is it a fake housemate or no? It wasn't a fake. She lasted till the last rider. That's the name. And there's one thing about Rachel. Rachel is someone who is always inheriting other people's um beef or something like that. And she did just the same thing here. I feel like she shouldn't have actually interfered when Chomzi and Chichi were on themselves, like when they were going on and trying to actually support Chomzi. I feel like she should just let Chomzi fight a battle by herself. She shouldn't have actually put in whatever she wants to put in, or like add to that conversation. So the last thing I want to discuss is like, is this really a gang up against Chichi? Was like this housemate there to gang up about against Chichi? For me, I just feel like probably just coincidence that it is like that, because she had actually had issue with all of these people, and these people cannot actually stay silent. So I don't really see it from a gang up perspective, because all of them had a narrative, all of them have something to say. So it's not a gang up for me. That's how I feel like, because Fina and Chichi had that relationship and they shared whatsoever they shared, and they had that issue. Rachel and Chichi had theirs, they had the issue. And for Rachel, I don't really see so much about it. So I'm really seeing that one as like someone who is coming to fight other person's battle, while other person's battle. Then for Chomsey, it's actually deceased. So the last thing I want to discuss is this housemate always trying to when like this housemate always wanting to um ruin other people's strategies. Like, oh, you're always there's always this conversation of, oh, this is this person's strategy and you will not let it work. That's so devilish, that's so bad. For me, I feel like if Adekunle's strategy was to really come and sell those stories, he actually let him sell the story and leave the viewers to be there to actually justify, like, oh, if they want to buy this story. Likewise, Chomsy also complaining that, oh, Chichi was using her parent as a strategy to actually get pity votes from viewers. I feel like it's not necessary. You should be the one trying to figure out other people's strategy. You also have yours, so try to focus on yours. Try to and I understand, and I will feel like you trying to do those things is just probably their whole strategy to prove to people like, oh, I'm smart and I'm saying true what these other people are doing. So for me, I do not really see that as something. I feel like people who go to that show should just focus on their own life. You know, you have to relate to people. You have to try to be smart, but you trying to want to bring other people down just because of you want to go up is not like, it's not the way, it's not something that we should really strive for in our society. So this is all I'll be saying for this episode of Big Brother Naija Reunion episode 4. So please and please and please subscribe to this YouTube channel